thanks for taking part. You're from Germany, and it's great to get you in the project.
Living on the countryside, so we had it quite easy. We didn't have much trouble. We only saw what happened, the bombing on the aeroplanes. I remember how the aeroplanes came over. The noise was amazing. But we had a good time. Well, living in the countryside, at least you had your food and all that. Until in 1945, the British came and we had to vacate our houses. That was difficult. But God always provides when you are a Christian. So it was good. So we went to the city. We had good times. I lived on the river, learned how to swim and things like that.
I missed. Yeah. So what part of the countryside was it? I think I might have missed it. What part?
Westphalia, the west. For a bit far from the bigger cities like Dortmund and things like this.
Marlene.
Do you see it? Obviously, childhood memories. Was there much fear in your mind? You paint a vivid picture there with the huge noise of aircraft. Was there much fear in your mind? What age would you have been, just to get my...
I'm born 35,
so right.
I was quite young. For us, being young, you found it interesting, seeing all the airplanes coming and so on. It was quite exciting for us.
I'll see if you've got any eye on.
But then the bad thing happened is in 1945, when the British came, we had to vacate our village because they occupied it. That was hard for us young people because we couldn't go. There was no schooling for a long time. It was a bit hard.
And obviously, like in England at the time, there would have been possibly rationings going on, but that might have been a bit easy for yourselves living off the land like you most likely did.
Yeah, we did have, we had, but as you say, being in the countryside, you had food to eat. It was difficult for people living in a city, but the countryside was okay.
Well, what work did it do after the war?
I was too young to walk. I wasn't walking. It was the parents who were walking in different things, but not we. I was just, when the war started, I was only 4 years old. And I was 10 when the war ended. And that was quite, for us young people, it was interesting because, when the British came, you got your first chocolate. That one you will never forget. We had things like this which you didn't have during the war. And, the British were very nice people. So that one is, we make friends with them and they liked us. So they didn't speak German and we didn't speak English. At least I didn't speak English because you only learned English when you went to secondary school. I didn't go there for some reason, but it was a good time. Thank you.
Have you got any memories of any harsh weather conditions at the time? Was there? I'm not sure if you experienced one of the bad winters. I can't remember what years they were.
Oh yes, we had very bad winters. I remember I lived on the river, and the river was frozen. That much ice. When in the springtime you had ice blocks as big as this house. It was, well, for children it was interesting, but it wasn't easy for the grown-ups.
What river was that, please? What river?
Verse was it called. It was a very small river,
Thank you for that. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Marlene.
Okay, thank you. So I can go back to my seat.
Lovely.